Most people believe that to build wealth, you need a six-figure salary in a high-cost city like New York, San Francisco, or London. They think that climbing the corporate ladder in a financial hub is the only path to an early retirement. But here's the truth that the real estate industry and the financial gurus don't want you to know. A person earning $60,000 a year in a low-cost city can invest twice as much as someone earning $120,000 in a high-cost city, not because they're better with money, but because their rent is half, their groceries are cheaper, and they're not bleeding cash on commuting, parking, and $20 cocktails. This is called geo-arbitrage, the simple act of living where your dollar stretches further while earning income from wherever you can. And if you stay until the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to use geo-arbitrage to accelerate your investing by 2x or more, using real examples from low-cost cities across the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. If you stay until the end of this video, you'll learn how to identify the best low-cost cities for geo-arbitrage, how to calculate your real savings rate after moving, and the exact step-by-step plan to relocate without derailing your career. You'll also see real case studies of people who moved from high-cost to low-cost areas and cut their time to financial independence in half. By the time we're done, you'll be ready to make the move, or at least to stop believing that you need a six-figure salary to build wealth. My name is your name, and today, we're going to hack the cost of living and supercharge your investments. Let me start with a story that will reframe everything you think about location and wealth. A few years ago, two friends, Mark and Sarah, graduated college with the same degree in marketing. Mark took a job in San Francisco earning $120,000 a year. Sarah took a job in Kansas City earning $60,000 a year. Mark thought he was winning, but after 1 year, Mark was spending $3,500 a month on a one-bedroom apartment, $200 on parking, $500 on groceries, $300 on utilities, $1,000 on going out, and $500 on transportation. His monthly expenses were over $6,000. After taxes and health insurance, his take-home pay was about $7,500 per month. He was saving about $500 a month. Sarah, on the other hand, was spending $2,200 on rent for a two-bedroom, $50 on parking, often free, $300 on utilities, $200 on going out, and $300 on transportation. Her monthly expenses were about $2,500. After taxes, her take-home pay was about $4,000 per month. She was saving $1,500 a month. Sarah saved 3 times as much as Mark on half the income. Over 10 years, with compound interest at 7%, Sarah's savings grew to over $260,000, while Mark's grew to less than $86,000. Same degree, same industry, completely different financial trajectories. The difference was not income, it was location. This is geo-arbitrage. It's the practice of earning income from a high-cost area, often remotely, or simply a standard income while living in a low-cost area. The gap between your income and your expenses widens dramatically, freeing up cash to invest. And the math is undeniable. Let's look at the raw numbers for 2026. The median home price in San Francisco is over $1.3 million. In Kansas City, it's $250,000. The median rent for a one-bedroom in Manhattan is over $4,000. In Columbus, Ohio, it's $100. In London, a one-bedroom in Zone 1 costs over £2,500 per month. In Leeds, it's £8. A one-bedroom is over £2,500 CAD per month. In Winnipeg, it's $300 CAD. In Sydney, a one-bedroom rental is over $800 AUD per week. In Adelaide, it's $450 per week. The difference is staggering, and those differences compound over time. Let me show you the math with real examples from 2026. using actual tax rates and cost of living data. Example 1. From New York City to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Asterisk, a single person earning $80,000 a year in NYC. After federal and state taxes, including NYC local tax, take home is about $58,000 per year. Rent for a modest one-bedroom in a decent area, $3,000 per month, $36,000 per year. Groceries, utilities, transportation, entertainment, and miscellaneous, $15,500 per month, $18. Total expenses, $54,000. Savings, $4,000 per year. Savings rate, 5% of gross income. In Pittsburgh, the same job might pay $70,000, a 12% pay cut. After taxes, PA has lower state tax. Take home is about $52,000. Rent for a comparable one-bedroom, $14,400. Other expenses, $1,000 per month, $12,000. Total expenses, $26,400. Savings, $25,600 per year. Savings rate, 37% of gross income. That's more than 6 times the savings rate despite earning $10,000 less. Over 20 years, invested at 7% annual return, the NYC saver has $175,000. The Pittsburgh saver has over $1.1 million. Same job, example 2. From London to Manchester, UK. Asterisk, a marketing manager in London earns £60,000. After taxes and national insurance, take home is about £44,000. Rent for a one-bedroom in Zone 2, $2,000 per month, £24,000. Other expense extra, pounds and pound per month, £14,400. Total, £38,400. Savings, £5,600 per year. In Manchester, the same role pays $50,000. After taxes, £38,000. Rent for a nice one-bedroom in a central area, £900 per month, £10,800. Other expenses, £800 per month, £9,600. Total, £20,400. Savings, £17,600 per year, 35% savings rate. Over 20 years at 7%, the London saver has £245,000. The Manchester saver has £770,000. The lower earner retires earlier with 3 times the wealth. Example 3. From Toronto to Calgary, Canada. A software developer in Toronto earns $100,000 CAD. After taxes, Ontario rates, take home is about $72,000. Rent for a one-bedroom in a decent area, $2. $500 per month, $30,000. Other expenses, $500 per month, $18,000. Total, $48,000. Savings, $24,000, 24% rate. In Calgary, that same job pays $95,000. After taxes, Alberta has lower provincial tax. Take home, $69,000. Rent, $1,500 per month, $18,000. Other expenses, $14,400. Total, $32,400. $36,638% rate. Over 20 years, Toronto saver, $1.05 million. Calgary saver, $1.6 million. That's $500,000 more just by living in a different city. Example 4. From Sydney to Adelaide, Australia. A nurse in Sydney earns $85,000. Take home, $66,000. Rent, $800 per week, $41,600 per year. Other expenses, $15,000. Total, $56,600. Savings, $9,100, 11% rate. In Adelaide, the same job pays $80,000. After taxes, $63,000. Rent, $23,400. Other expense, $12,000, $1,200. Savings, $27,600, 34% rate. Over 20 years, 7%. Sydney saver, $415,000. Adelaide saver, $1.2 million, nearly triple. The math is clear. But geo-arbitrage isn't just about moving to the cheapest city. It's about finding the sweet spot between lower cost of living and reasonable income. You don't want to move to a city with no jobs or significantly lower pay that eats into your savings. The key is to maximize the spread between your income and your expenses. How to find the best geo-arbitrage cities in 2026. Let me give you specific recommendations for each country. Asterisk for the US, look at mid-sized cities in the Midwest and South. Top contenders include Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Cincinnati, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, Kansas City, Missouri, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Birmingham, Alabama, Knoxville, Tennessee, Louisville, Kentucky, Columbus, Ohio, and St. Louis, Missouri. These cities offer affordable housing, median home prices under $250,000, reasonable rents $1,500 for a one-bedroom, and growing job markets in healthcare, tech, logistics, and education. Many have remote work opportunities that let you keep a higher salary from a coastal city while living in a low-cost area. That's the ultimate geo-arbitrage. Earn San Francisco money, spend Kansas City money. For the UK, look at cities in the North and Midlands. Top contenders include Newcastle, Leeds, Sheffield, Liverpool, Manchester, still affordable compared to London, Nottingham, Leicester, and Belfast. These cities offer significantly lower housing costs, lower commuting expenses, and a lower cost of living overall. A terraced house in Leeds costs £150,000 compared to £600,000 in London. Remote work from London employers while living in Newcastle is a powerful strategy. For Canada, look at prairie provinces and mid-sized cities. Top contenders include Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Regina, Saskatoon, and even parts of Quebec outside Montreal, like Quebec City. Housing in Winnipeg is about half the cost of Toronto or Vancouver. Salaries in professional fields are only slightly lower. Remote work from Toronto while living in Winnipeg is a game changer. For Australia, look at cities outside the major capitals. Top contenders include Adelaide, Hobart, Perth, still more affordable than Sydney, Melbourne, and regional centers like Newcastle, Wollongong, Geelong, and the Gold Coast, though Gold Coast is getting expensive. Adelaide offers the best balance of affordability and lifestyle, with median house prices around $700,000 AUD compared to $5 million in Sydney. The remote work revolution, geo-arbitrage on steroids. The pandemic permanently changed the work landscape. In 2026, remote work is not just for tech workers. Many companies in finance, marketing, customer service, and even some healthcare roles offer fully remote positions. This means you can live in a low-cost city while earning a salary that's tied to a high-cost city. The spread widens dramatically. For example, a remote software engineer living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, earning $120,000 from a San Francisco company. Their expenses are $40,000 per year. They can save $80,000 per year and 80% savings rate. In 10 years, they can retire. That's the power of remote geo-arbitrage, but remote work isn't available to everyone. If you can't work remotely, look for cities where your industry is concentrated but still affordable. For example, insurance in Hartford, Connecticut, auto manufacturing in Detroit, healthcare in Rochester, Minnesota, education in Champaign, Illinois. These are affordable cities with solid local job markets. The hidden costs of geo-arbitrage. What they don't tell you, moving to a low-cost city isn't without trade-offs. Let me be honest about the downsides. First, lower cultural amenities. If you love Broadway shows, Michelin-starred restaurants, and world-class museums, you'll be disappointed in most low-cost cities. You may have to travel to get those experiences. Second, lower walkability and public transit. Many affordable cities are car-dependent. You may need to own a car, which adds expenses and reduces your savings. Factor that into your calculations. Third, climate. Many affordable cities have extreme weather, cold winters in the Midwest, hot summers in the South. Make sure you can handle the climate. Fourth, lower salaries. In some fields, the pay cut is too steep. Do your research before moving. Use sites like Glassdoor, Levels.fi, and PayScale to compare salaries. Fifth, social isolation. Moving away from friends and family can be lonely. Make a plan to build a new community through hobbies, sports leagues, or volunteer work. Sixth, healthcare access. Some low-cost rural areas have fewer healthcare providers. If you have chronic conditions, research the local healthcare system. The step-by-step geo-arbitrage plan. Asterisk, here's exactly how to execute a geo-arbitrage move without losing your mind. The step 1. Calculate your current savings rate. Track your income and expenses for 3 months. Be honest. This is your baseline. Step 2. Identify target cities. Use online cost of living calculators like Numbeo, Expatistan, or the Economic Policy Institute's Family Budget Calculator. Compare your current city to potential destinations. Look for cities where your net savings after taxes and cost of living would increase by at least 20%. Step 3. Research job opportunities. If you can't keep your current job remotely, search for jobs in the target city. Use LinkedIn, Indeed, and industry-specific job boards. Apply before you move. Have a job offer in hand before you relocate. Step 4. Visit the target city. Spend at least a week there. Rent an Airbnb in a neighborhood you're considering. Talk to locals. Visit grocery stores, parks, and coffee shops. Get a feel for the vibe. Step 5. Create a moving budget. Factor in moving costs, security deposits, new furniture, and travel expenses. Aim to have at least 3 months of living expenses saved before you move. 6. Make the move. Give notice to your landlord, sell or donate items you won't need, and move. Update your address, voter registration, and driver's license. Step 7. Track your savings. After 6 months, recalculate your savings rate. You should see a significant increase. Invest that extra money automatically. Step 8. Avoid lifestyle creep. The biggest danger after moving to a low-cost city is spending your savings on a nicer apartment, a better car, or more dining out. Keep your lifestyle simple. Invest the difference. Real case study: how one couple cut their time to financial independence in half. I want to tell you about a couple, Dave and Lisa. They were living in San Jose, California. Combined income of $180,000. They were saving $30,000 per year, 17% savings rate. At that rate, they would need 30 years to reach financial independence. They moved to Knoxville, Tennessee. Their combined income dropped to $150,000, a $30,000 pay cut. But their expenses dropped from $150,000 to $80,000 per year. Their savings rate jumped to 47%, saving $70,000 per year. Their time to financial independence dropped from 30 to 12 years. They cut 18 years off their working lives by moving to a lower-cost city. Dave told me, "We thought we were stuck in California. We took a leap. It was the best decision of our lives." Geo-arbitrage without moving. The stay-in-place strategy. What if you can't move? Family, kids, elderly parents, or your job ties you to a high-cost area. You can still use geo-arbitrage principles. Live in a cheaper neighborhood, get a roommate, rent out a room, or move to a smaller apartment. Every dollar you save on housing is a dollar you can invest. You don't have to move across the country. You can move across town. For example, moving from downtown San Francisco to Oakland or Berkeley can cut your rent by 30 to 50% while keeping your same job. That's geo-arbitrage without leaving the metro area. Asterisk, the emotional freedom of geo-arbitrage. The financial benefits of geo-arbitrage are clear, but the emotional benefits are just as important. When your expenses are low, you are less stressed. You don't need to chase promotions. You can take risks. You can start a business. You can work part-time. You have options. That's what financial independence is really about. Not a number, but the freedom to choose. Geo-arbitrage accelerates that freedom. A final warning: don't move to a low-cost city and blow your savings. I've seen people move to a low-cost city, feel rich, and immediately upgrade to a luxury apartment, buy a new car, and eat out every night. Then they end up saving less than before. The key to geo-arbitrage is to keep your lifestyle at the same level as before or even lower. Don't inflate your lifestyle to match your new lower-cost environment. Keep your expenses low, invest the difference. That's how you build wealth. Your action plan: do this today. Asterisk. Here's what you need to do in the next 24 hours. First, calculate your current savings rate. Be honest. If it's below 20%, you have a problem. Second, go online and compare the cost of living in your current city versus 3 low-cost alternatives. Use Numbeo or a similar tool. Third, if you're a remote worker, check if your employer allows you to work from anywhere. Many do in 2026. Fourth, if you find a city that looks promising, plan a visit. Use cheap flights and Airbnb to test it out. Fifth, join online forums for that city, Reddit, Facebook groups, or local community boards. Ask about job markets, neighborhoods, and hidden costs. Sixth, start saving for the move. Open a separate savings account and transfer $100 a month. You'll have moving costs covered in a year. Seventh, comment below, "I'm investigating city name for geo-arbitrage." I'll reply to the first 100 comments. If this video opened your eyes to the power of location in building wealth, hit the like button. It helps others see that they don't need a 6-figure salary to get rich. Subscribe and turn on notifications. In the next video, I'm going to show you why you should never chase dividend yield, the 4% trap that kills your total return. Geo-arbitrage is not about deprivation, it's about alignment. Align your income with your expenses. Align your location with your goals, and watch your investments grow faster than you ever imagined. I'll see you in the next video.